Milwaukee now. Now here's Wiggins. Pass to Garza. And the dunk to finish it off. Oh, beauty.
Well, really nice delivery from Andrew Wiggins. We know he's a gifted scorer, but that will really smooth out his game.
Sure, from three-point range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of center. Yeah, he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe.
Timeout to win.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka Magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
It's Wiggins on the wing. And money from the wing.
Because sometimes Wiggins better off when he doesn't have to put the ball on the deck.
Over to the wing. He shoots it. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Adebayo's got 5.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It goes on Bam Adebayo.
First team
You see it right there. Wiggins excels at drawing contact. Free throw line, his specialty.
2 shots.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe.
Timeout away team. It's t-shirt time, everybody. Who wants one?
He's good on the second. And here's Milwaukee now. Here's Ross. Garza grabs the board. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. And rejected. Here's Adebayo. He lays it up and banks it in. He's got 7.
That's the spot where Adebayo can do the most damage.
And now a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Conley. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
The assist goes to
That vertical threat that is Rudy Gobert. What a ferocious finish at the rim.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Pass to Kirilenko. Off target from outside. Gobert with the double. Here's Hawkins. Got a piece of it. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Gobert with the stuff.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Here's Hawkins. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Here's Gobert. That one off the back, iron it out. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Second team.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter.
The lineup for your home team.
Now here's Doncic. And here's Kispert from the arc. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And here's the fast break. And the call will be on Corey Kispert. That's his first foul.
Corey Kispert. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Gobert. Off the inbound. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Gobert's got 6 points.
Well, this is exactly where Rudy Gobert looks to score. The more dangerous he becomes, the closer he gets to the basket.
Ah, nice shot by Kirilenko.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Kirilenko.
And
there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Third team
knocks down the first one.
Shooting for the away team, Andre Kirilenko.
Both good from the line that time.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
And that does it for the first quarter. The Timberwolves, they're up by 4. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
15.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
They're getting a big contribution from the bench already.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
Now here's Conley. He's scoreless. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Conley.
Checking in for your home team, Juju Perez-Ross.
Milwaukee trails by 4. Pass to Council. Covington over to help. Back to Wallace. Three-pointer off the mark. To the paint. Here's Covington. In close. He hits it.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
Stolen by Conley. The 3 is up. Covington, that one's good. Covington's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Open look for Lively. Here's Lang. Pass to Wallace. Now here's Lively. Cross for 3. Cleared away by Hollins.
So disruptive defensively out beyond the arc.
Tremendous effort, tremendous timing, the ability to alter shots on the perimeter. That was beautiful.
Percy Hawkins.
And here's Milwaukee now. They trail by 9. Nifty move. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. To the inside. Covington.
Robert Covington.
And the jam by Covington.
Well, you have to love an authoritative finish, and Mr. Covington leaves no doubt.
I just love that alley-oop slam.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Timeout called. Milwaukee.
And no doubt, coach wants them to improve their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation.
Ooh.
The ball
Talk about a way to deflate the team.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. The three from Russell. Sends it home from three-point land. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
Russell is continuing to develop that deep perimeter shot. He's got to continue to be a factor from there.
Timeout away team. All right, everybody, the loud section gets a free T-shirt. Who wants a shirt?
You can keep trying. You don't have to give up. Do you want me to mess up? Do you want me to miss every shot? Okay.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Hollins. Back to Russell.
That's a 3-second
And there's
violation.
a 3-second call.
Is your game lag? Is it lagging or is the internet going
This will
out?
be his third
And the
free
line
throw
for
of
the
the
away
game.
team, Andre Kirilenko.
Maybe it's my internet.
Shooting one.
My internet's really crappy.
And he shows the focus there.
Is it your internet?
The team. Pass to Garza.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:56 left in the first half. To the middle. Here's Hollins. Nails the baby hook.
Assist from
And they're really rolling
Luka
right now.
Garza.
That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Doris, you talk about a guy who forces you to play at his pace. That's Luka Doncic.
Oh, my goodness, B.A., there's no question. He's got tremendous patience. He's in complete command of the tempo of the game. But maybe my favorite aspect is how he manipulates the game to get defenders off balance.
Now here's Doncic. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And they recover it. Here's Adebayo. Shot to stop the run. And Adebayo slams it in.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Team foul. Percy Hawkins. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
56 seconds left to play in the first half. Covington, no good. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee.
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now.
Assisted. Ryan
Boy,
Holiday.
they don't waste any time on that inbound play. Very little the defense can do to react to that one.
Here's Garza.
Luka Garza.
Rips down the breakaway
Assist.
slam.
D'Angelo
Well, the
Russell.
more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Chalk up two there.
Oh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
Ryan Hollins.
And that one's good. Hollins.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Outside Ross. Here's Hawkins. And he slams it in one-handed.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for
That,
the slam.
did they count that?
No reason
I was
to
lucky.
do so there. He
The
was
away
going
team,
to leave no doubt.
38.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The Timberwolves up 19. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway.
Mushroom hunting brings people together. You go out hunting, you have this eureka experience, you don't talk politics, you're excited about the species that you hope to find and find ones you don't. But they become like friends after a while. You find a chanterelle, you find a shaggy mane, you find a psilocybin mushroom.
Nice move.
You know, they're that chance encounter, eureka experience, and sharing it, and sharing, eating the mushroom.
What you love about D'Angelo Russell,
I mean, it
he
brings a
can have
community of
winning
interest together.
with
It's
both his
just a
scoring
really
and his
fun
passing.
thing to do. And there's something I want to mention
Covington on the
that's
way.
really important. I deal with a lot
up
of
again.
conferences. I just came
Here's
back.
Karolinko.
Psychedelic science conference. Denver, our friend.
Here's Gobert.
8,500 people
And
there.
Gobert with the stuff.
But what I really
He
find
turns the
an
offensive board.
extraordinary way of taking your iPhones,
His eyes
all
open
these
wide.
kids are just
Adebayo knew he
their
had a
phones,
chance to
right?
do
They're not going out in
something
nature.
special.
So there is a called nature
Pass to Hollis.
deficit syndrome. It's actually affecting people. But there is an app.
Here's Karolinko.
Lovely.
Lead shot on the way.
It's
Ready
not
for the rebound.
created by a guy named
This is a
Scott.
shot he
He
can
just gave it
definitely
10 talk
make, and the
released
defense
yesterday.
not a factor at all.
iNaturalist, you can take a phone and you can go out and put in a flower, and then
And here's Doncic outside.
you photograph.
Cleared away by
You
Holland.
upload it into the cloud.
Here we go.
iNaturalist.
One-on-one.
And you have all these extra images.
All day, son.
The most
There's a
reliable
great
way to
debate
generate
about that.
easy
No, you're right. You're right.
The very
And then when it hits research grade, it's when a group of experts come together and say, yep, you have Copernicus comatus. Yep, you have Boletus edulis. They agree on identification, but it has fueled the scientific community with all sorts of these citizen scientists finding new species. And it brings people into nature, gets kids excited, and then you can go to iNaturalist right now, and you can look around your house or this place to see the reports of birds and mushrooms and things. I just went on the iNaturalist yesterday, and Psilocybe cubensis, the golden tops, go around Austin. Who knew? You know, because they've been reported. Now you have zones of privacy, so you don't have to tell them exactly where the mushroom is. Probably not a good thing to do if it's the psilocybin mushroom, but you can make a peripheral zone of anonymity. It could be within 2 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, you know. And that way you can do the report. But some of them have high specificity with lat longs within a few inches. But it's so exciting in the field of biology, in mineralogy and ornithology, etc., to have all these citizen scientists out there with their phones. And then every year, all over the world now, there's called bioblitzes, where several hundred people that they come together, they'll go into a park, they have all their iPhones and Droids, and they photograph everything, and they upload it to iNaturalist to look at species diversity. This has revolutionized the field of biology. I think it revolutionizes bringing children and young people back into nature. And then you build a community. You're not talking about politics. You're talking about nature. What did you find? And holy moly, I never knew there was a blue mushroom or something like that. So it's inspiring to see the kids get so excited about this, and adults. And so this is,
that's very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
How many new species get discovered?
Oh, thousands. Literally
every year?
Thousands every year. Thousands. There's 223 known species of psilocybin mushrooms, and about, I'd say 10 of them in the past 2 years has come from citizen scientists, quote-unquote amateurs, who found that they uploaded it to iNaturalist.
So if they find a new species, how do they determine, if it's a completely new species, how do they determine that it's psilocybin? How do they determine where it's from?
Excellent question. The psilocybin species localized in the genus Psilocybe, which has the most psilocybin species, we just know the group that has psilocybin species, and DNA analysis shows that they fit right into this cluster, then we have high confidence. But if a mushroom has gills, and it bruises bluish and has purple-brown spores, those three things need to be true, then 95% probability is a psilocybin mushroom. What species it is becomes more debatable. But psilocybin mushrooms are very hard to find, with the exception of the golden top. And there's something I call pinyon cyanusins. They're going past you, so they're easier to find. But most of these psilocybin mushrooms are hidden in the landscape.
How so?
Well, I just had a 70-year-old man write me from Vermont, and he has found Psilocybe cereulipes, and he wrote a classic letter to me that many people have written. I have looked for these mushrooms for years. I couldn't find them. And then I found a few, and I looked around, and they were everywhere. They're hiding in plain sight. And so now he knows, with Psilocybe cereulipes in Vermont, he knows it's just, I can't believe how obvious they are to me and how unobvious they were to me before. When I took him up with Michael Pollan out on a mushroom hunt, and in his book, How to Change Your Mind, and when I said, I took 2 steps out of this little cabin we were at, and I go, there's one. Where? Right there. Where? I go, right there, Michael. And then I picked it up, and he goes, WTF, how can you tell this is a psilocybin mushroom? And I go, well, it's like
kind of an expert.
Well, it's like meeting a friend. It's like meeting you. I know Joe Rogan, right? I know your face. I know your personality. I'm reacquainted with you. But psilocybin mushrooms.
Wait a minute. So, like seeing it, you're reacquainted with it?
Seeing it repeatedly and being familiarized with it gives you the memory of it, a pattern recognition. So when it goes away, you still have that pattern recognition memory to memory map back onto the landscape around you. It's true with morels too. This is a very common thing. People don't see morels and they find 1 or 2 of them, suddenly they start jumping on the landscape. It's how your brain works with pattern recognition. So many of these species are hidden in the landscape, but they're actually quite common, but you just can't see them.
Got it. And you're accustomed to seeing them yourself. But you're not saying like that you feel something from them. You're just saying recognize them visually.
Well, you're waxing into the spiritual.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Many people feel that the mushrooms call to them.
Yeah.
So this is true in the Mazatec tradition. In my book, I go deeply into the Mazatec heritage of using psilocybin mushrooms. And one of the things was really embedded with Christianity after the Spaniards came, 1516 and 1519, 1521, they brought in cattle. And very quickly, Christianity swept through Mesoamerica, specifically in Mexico. And there's a friend of mine who's a PhD called Joe Torre, was in Oaxaca and just found in a church a cross from the 15th century, but 1500s, and soon after the conquistadors and Spanish arrived, and in the center of the cross are psilocybin mushrooms. So Christianity had a long, deep-rooted history with psilocybin mushroom use in Mesoamerica.
Well, there's that ancient depiction of Adam and Eve from.
That's more debatable in my mind. Yeah, but here it is. Thank you. This is from Joe Latouris. Where
Look at that.
That's a basket
With mushrooms.
with 3 mushrooms in the basket, and there is psilocybin mexicana, and so the mushrooms are phenotypically correct, but there's clearly mushrooms in a basket. Can the other slide show with the full cross, Joey? I'm not sure.
Did you know Jack Herer?
Yes.
When Jack was alive, before he died, one of the things that he was working on was a book connecting psilocybin mushrooms and Christianity. And he had this massive collection of ancient images, paintings, all these different things. A lot of them were these religious depictions of people that were naked dancing under the, like, it was like a transparent mushroom shape, and they were dancing. It's like something that would indicate that they were under the trance, and they were dancing.
Yeah, this is it's an example where it's so many different. You could have 100 different potential representations.
Right.
They're not all correct.
The one,
but a few of them are. And this example here,
one that clearly is.
And the Mazatec tradition is called syncretism, when you have a foreign influence, in this case a religion, coming into an indigenous people, they merge and they still continue their indigenous practices under the umbrella of protection, in this case of Christianity. But in the Mazatec tradition, they believe the tears of Christ is where the mushrooms would appear. They believe the mushrooms were the body of Christ, and therefore you never boil them. You never can be hurting the body of Christ, so you can only eat them raw or dry.
Oh, interesting.
So really interesting. That's an example of syncretism. And the great Maria Sabina was a devout Catholic, and when she did her psilocybin ceremonies, she had the Holy Trinity. So that's another example where, under the umbrella, and from a survival point of view, culturally it makes sense, and they adapted. But they found that this sort of merging of indigenous practices and knowledge of psilocybin and Christianity was very compatible. Just was published, I think 2 weeks ago, at New York University and Johns Hopkins. They had 24 clergy from different faiths: Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, and Muslims. And they have them come in. They did high doses of psilocybin. And they had one group that had delayed it. They didn't do it for 6 months, and the other group did a high dose of psilocybin. Each of those faiths, the use of psilocybin mushrooms reinforced their belief in their faith. That was really amazing. I think they said 95% said it's the most significant experience in the top 5 of the most significant experiences in their life. So I think psilocybin makes magic.
This episode is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. Ever wonder how to reach these epic mountain lakes or tucked away, dispersed campsites? With Onyx Off-Road, you'll find legal open trails around you, and even better, guided trails mapped by real off-roaders. Each one includes photos, terrain descriptions, and difficulty ratings, so you'll know if your vehicle's capable before you go. Unlike other apps, Onyx gives you turn-by-turn directions on the trail, and their new dispersed camping layer shows where you can legally set up camp. You'll also get private land boundaries, public land overlays, and the ability to download maps for offline use so that you're never guessing even when you're off the grid. It's a powerful tool built for serious off-roaders. Try Onyx Off-Road for 50% off. Go to onxmaps.com/Joe Rogan. No, I would agree with you on that. The image of Adam and Eve, I'm curious to say, what do you think is debatable about that? Can you pull up that fresco? It was an ancient fresco, I believe it's from France, of Adam and Eve, which supposedly is the tree of life, but really looks like some sort of a mushroom tree.
Yes, it's been postulated by R. Gordon Wasson.
Shouldn't say.
Yeah.
In front of you, especially.
Thank you very much.
That doesn't look like mushrooms.
They do look like mushrooms.
And I couldn't imagine it being anything else.
Well, I mean, here's an example that basically a artists become authors of field guides and
Right.
you know, how much can you tell the public without violating your oath of secrecy? And so symbology, but yes, there's a cap and a stem, and they come up in clusters. That looks like a psilocybin mushroom. Some people would say it's enemy wisteria because of the dots, but those of us who've grown Psilocybe cubensis, when they're very fresh, they have dots on them. Very ephemeral, they have washed away. So, yes.
And you would see the dots, obviously, if it's still in the ground.
It's in the ground, it's very fresh. The psilocybe mushrooms bluish, and so this is where we can get lost in a debate of interpretation. But all these representations are not false. Some of these representations are extremely strong based on the evidence. And for instance, the psilocybe mushrooms that we found on the pyramids in Egypt, they are clearly psilocybes, not myself, but other Egyptologists have also published on this.
Those are fascinating because I don't think until fairly recently, within the last few decades, it was understood that they were using psilocybe. I think there was some confusion as to what, if anything, they were drinking. The blue lotus, I think, was one of them.
The blue lotus is a water lily. Where do water lilies grow?
There it is.
The water lilies grow near ponds.
That's so clearly psilocybe.
And this is the goddess Hathor, a goddess of the cow, by the way. The goddess of the cow. And that's a vase. And anyone who's grown oyster mushrooms or psilocybe mushrooms know that you can put the substrate into a vase like that with openings and mushrooms will come out of the holes. And so that natural culture technique of collecting compounding. So cows go to ponds to drink. The blue lotus grows in ponds. The blue lotus is blue. The psilocybe mushrooms turn blue. The mushrooms are golden in color. Golden and blue colors are sacred in Egyptology, in Egyptian culture. So now I was not the first person to discover this. Actually, I saw this from an article that was published by Azim Adel, a friend of mine, a mycologist in Egypt, who presented it at a conference. And
how long ago was this?
This is over 2,000 years of age.
No, I mean when they
2016.
When they brought us to 2016.
2016.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It is. And then Kalindi, the great Kalindi from Detroit, he unfortunately died of COVID. But he also, from his African heritage, also believed that, and he was rediscovering his African heritage, and this is called re-indigenization, rediscovering that which your ancestors practiced, even though the linear transition and knowledge may have been cut. But this is taxonomically accurate for growing Psilocybe cubensis, and it grows on cow dung. Cow goes to ponds. If you went to get the water lily, you'd run into this constantly. Now this and the Hathor, this temple is now, they get less than 1 millimeter of rain a year. And the Nile used to be flooding all the time. It's the breadbasket of the world. But they built the dams, and we started flooding. And so the climate change. So the modern Egyptologists have no reference. And so when you have climate change, the ecosystem changes, and the scientists of today don't have the familiarity as the experts thousands of years ago. So they become rare, they become scarce, and the generational knowledge is lost. But now there's a real big re-indigenization movement in Egypt combining the blue lotus with the Psilocybe cubensis.
What is the psychedelic compound in the blue lotus?
That's a debatable thing. There's a really complex chemistry there. I'm not an expert on that, but I've talked to my other friends who are experts. There seems to be an entourage effect of multiple agents. So I can't really speak authoritatively to that, but I have been told that there are several active ingredients, and they think the entourage effect of them together creates this heightened state of awareness. I think that is an admixture with psilocybin makes a lot of sense.
Are contemporary people taking blue lotus?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is there like a community of people?
There's a massive community, but because blue lotus now has become scarce because ponds are scarce. So I put out there a reward of $1,000 for anyone who could find, DNA of psilocybin mushrooms in any of the wells, ancient ponds, used to be ponds, in the Egypt area. Because if we can find the DNA in the vase and the substrate, then we can actually prove this theory. It's more than a hypothesis, because I've met many Egyptian mycologists now who absolutely believe this is true, not scientifically, but sort of intuitively from their culture, this makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense, and if you've got it on these hieroglyphs.
And they were known as the flesh of the gods, which is the very same name that we translated Lectan and the Kata from Mesoamerica. The psilocybin mushrooms were known, Psilocybe mexicana, as flesh of the gods. So it's interesting, both sides of the world, they had the same interpretation. Mushrooms were not allowed back in this time to be picked by commoners. They were only reserved for the royalty.
Oh boy. Doesn't it always work out that way?
Yeah, it seems to.
Another thing that's really fascinating is depictions of ancient saints and even Jesus Christ with a halo, and that the halo is essentially the bottom of the mushroom. It's a very different halo. When we think about a halo, we think about like a frisbee that's hovering over an angel's head or a saint's head. But the ancient depictions of them weren't that. The ancient depictions of them, you saw those ribs that made it look like the bottom of a psilocybin mushroom.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No,
Oh, come on. I'm teaching you this. Come on. Jamie will pull up these images, but these images of Christ, of there's many different religious figures, and they have this halo that's very different than the more modern halo. The modern halo being this like circle. This is not a circle. It's a circle, but it's a mushroom. It's essentially they're explaining these godly, holy people who are under the influence of psilocybin.
You know,
I think
what we can't prove some of these ideas today. What we can prove is like the Johns Hopkins New York University study that religious belief systems are enhanced in the use of psilocybin.
Which totally
makes sense. So we can argue about the past, but we can't. We have really good scientific methodology now for analyzing the effects of psilocybin, and it's profound. It's profound.
It's not. What's coming up really is us talking about it before, and a bunch of pictures of mushrooms, just trying to find out.
There's some better ones.
I know, but it's not.
You can't find them. Man, the government's pulled them off the internet, man. That's not one. That's the ones that I've seen are far clearer than that. Yeah, it's those.
Yeah,
like look at that one, which is crazy that you have to go to us. Like look at
I can see the one on the left.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean that essentially looks exactly like that.
I've never seen that.
That's crazy that you can't find that anymore, and we clearly found it in the past because we talked about it.
Well, that may be the effect of Joe Rogan, right? Because it just overwhelmed the entire internet with images. So,
I mean, look at the bottom of that one, in particular, the one in the center.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks exactly like that halo.
yeah, that's not.
Which totally makes sense. Look at that. Okay, there's one. Look at that image.
Yeah.
So this is the old school halo. The old school halo clearly looks like the bottom of the
I'm blown away.
You're blown away.
I'm hiding in plain sight,
I
right?
can't believe that I'm teaching you this. I can't believe you. How come nobody told you this?
I don't know.
You said you knew Jack. You knew Jack when he was alive. This was like his primary concern towards the end of his life. He was working on a book.
Yeah, I mean, the limitation of life. Unfortunately, we have all these great people who pass, and they're at the peak of their knowledge. You know, and that's the other thing that I think psilocybin has really informed me is that Joe Rogan and Paul Stamets are talking, and Jamie is there. We have such a thin slice of reality. And when you're on psilocybin, the unanimity of universal consciousness, to be involved in something you realize is so large.
Yeah.
Did you see the galactic images from the Rubin telescope that came out yesterday?
No, I did not.
Millions and millions of new galaxies, literally millions of new galaxies. I think 2,100 new asteroids in near-Earth orbit.
Oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
Well,
Oops.
there's already 900,000.
Yeah. So but this has just happened. But this is, yeah.
Wonder how many of those
Rubin
people out there
telescope
are tripping balls.
just got is the largest telescope in the world, and there are millions of galaxies. Millions of galaxies. And so, from my experience, which I will admit I came from a Christian background, so my first times on psilocybin mushrooms was very Christ-oriented. And then as I got more and more into the psilocybin experience, I realized that this is just this concept that we live in this great expanse. And I'm a symbol of molecules, so are you. We didn't exist before we were born. You know, we will disassemble, decompose, and we'll go back into the cosmic dust. And this is part of the continuum of existence. We all exist all the time.
Can I ask forever? Can I ask you this? What do you think happens to consciousness?
I think that we think from a mechanical perspective, we might be looking at have the constructs of consciousness that is analogous to the Model T Ford, you know. And I think as we expand our knowledge sets and become more informed, we see how much there is out there. I think that psilocybin mushrooms and other psychedelics, and this is why I think religions are very much attracted to this, is a portal to expand the horizons of your imaginations. That there is a consciousness that far exceeds that which you can comprehend. My mother was a charismatic Christian, and
What is a charismatic?
well, she's an evangelical. She speaks in tongues. She was a leader. She was very much into this, like, Mom, really? Different side of her. But we had an interesting conversation. I said, Mom, you believe God is omnipotent, right? She goes, absolutely. I said, you believe God is all knowledgeable? She said, absolutely. You believe that humans are fallible and we're not all knowledgeable? She goes, yep, I do. I said, then can you accept the fact that our concept of God is inferior to God's definition by your own thinking? That no matter how we think of God, will be inferior to the enormity of the concept. So, and she admitted that. So we're fallible. We don't have the capacity to understand the enormity of consciousness in which we are embedded, of which we're a tiny part. So this brings me to the subject I really want to talk to you about.
Okay.
And that is artificial intelligence.
Mm.
And I know you've spent a lot of time on this.
Yeah, recently.
I want to introduce a new concept.
Okay.
I'm a deadhead.
You can never tell.
Never tell. I went to the Sphere, you know.
I bet it was amazing.
It was incredible.
The visuals were insane.
Fantastic.
What a great venue to see.
It was a great venue. It just revolutionized music festivals, I think.
Yeah. All right, folks. This is insane. For the first time ever, we got a full-blown all-women's boxing mega event going down in New York City. 2 title fights, same night. Let's go. And if you're like me and you love the action, DraftKings Sportsbook is where it's at. We're talking Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano. 3, the trilogy fight. Absolute legends. Katie's putting her super lightweight belt on the line, and you know Serrano's bringing the heat. But don't sleep on the co-main. Alicia, the bomb, Baumgardner, explosive power, is taking on the undefeated WBA interim champ, Jennifer Miranda. This one's going to be fireworks. If you've never bet with DraftKings,
So the Bronx will get the first possession. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That would pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
5 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Brewer. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit assist on that one.
And Brewer is so long. I mean, a capable scorer inside. He rises up quickly to get a shot on.
Down low. Caballo down low. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Right side, Kevin Durant. The Bronx working now with the fresh shot clock. Miller with the double team. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Home team ball.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Conley. Pass to Ingles. And stolen by Jordan. To the inside.
Home team
and that's
foul.
An intentional foul.
Rudy Gobert. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Adebayo. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
I love to see Adebayo going at it inside just like that. Anything to build his confidence in the paint area.
Gobert with the block. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Sinks the triple.
Nice, sweet lefty stroke from Mike Conley. It really worked on that part of his game.
The shot's good from Jordan.
Jordan with the sweet handles able to use that ball skill to create space.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. In the know how good of a defender he is.
Substitution on the court.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Outside, Covington. Miller outside. Engels trying to get open. Shots good by Miller. Here's Booker. Edwards drawing the double team. Over Conley. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And another miss by the Bronx. Ingles with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Here's Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Boy, how about the effort and energy that time by Covington. Just worked his way right to the glass and got the follow-up basket.
Pass to Edwards. Shoots over Covington. And another miss by the Bronx. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance.
Covington, I love when he's in attack mode like this because it forces the defense's hand. Literally.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the ball for your home team, Covington. 2 shots.
He hits both from the strike.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
McDaniels makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
On the run. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Really on the right play defensively if you can't block.
Baltimore wins the tip. Booker looking around. DeRozan for three. Out to Anthony. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Brian Keefe wants to take a timeout. Fires the three. No good from Booker. Now, here is Russell. Pass to Covington. Launches it. The rebound by Turner. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Baltimore. Outside Anthony. Takes a three. They get it back. And Turner throws it down.
Effort points by Turner. Working hard inside. Getting rewarded with some points.
Randall surveying the D. To Russell. And Brian Keefe wants to take a timeout.
Start it. And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
Make some noise.
Here's Gobert. And it's sent back by Turner. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker.
Home team ball.
And the home team has possession. Here's Russell. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
With the gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
With, oh my goodness, the slam.
Assisted by
Throw it down, big fella. Turner way above the rim.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And out of bounds as Baltimore gains possession.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a preview.
And Brian Keefe wants to take a timeout. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Mar DeRozan on the way. Again, the miss by Baltimore. Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
Miles Shots good by Turner.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Russell, no luck.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Kept alive. Adebayo. Booker with no one around. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
No doubt Booker has tremendous confidence in that jumper. Feels like he can score from anywhere.
Covington's shot is off. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Baltimore.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
50 seconds left to play here in the first. Got a piece of it. Booker with it. He's picked up by Russell.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Up again. Rebounded by Anthony. Baltimore on offense. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Good on the triple.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Russell with the bucket.
And when it comes to his three-point shooting, Russell not only has the ability, but the confidence.
It's good. Booker's got 11 points.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Baltimore.
What button do I press to make my guys faster?
No signs of fatigue.
My guys seem so slow.
With you shortly.
Do you notice that?
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And what do you guys think here about Baltimore in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
Here's Dillingham. Here's Randall. And it's sent back by Turner.
Do you know how to make it so my players are as fast as your players?
And there's the call on Devin Booker.
I'm not sure how to make my guys faster. Your guys just run past my guys. Seems weird. It's supposed to be fair, I thought.
On defense, Baltimore.
It's weird.
Outside.
So that guy can run by that guy, but everyone else could. I don't know. Are his feet on fire or something? Why is his lava feet? Well, Joe Ingles will stop him. Ooh, 2-point shot. That's lame. Is it even fun with your team? How much have you spent on it? Nice D. Ooh, stop him. Got ya.
Here's Dillingham.
Got him.
An unselfish wing who continues to evolve as a playmaker. Wiggins shows he's more than just a scorer.
Anthony on the wing.
Kobe.
And Baltimore hits again from
R.I.P. helicopter.
I know what they say. Defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Ooh, good try.
Baltimore leading by 13. Turner for 3.
Count it. Ooh, dude, I fell over on purpose and you missed it. You got it. You got this one. Got it. Take it. It's all you. Nice. Oh my god, his brain turned green and exploded. That's freaking weird. Uh-oh. Count it. Ooh. He just kicked it out of bounds.
Picked up by Turner. Here's Gillingham.
Count it.
Defensively, that's the kind of energy you want to see.
Ooh, good pass. Move that ball. How do I get my guys to pass like 200 million, or how many million miles an hour do you have it set up for your passes? How do I get my passes to pass so fast?
They've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
And not only that, their elite conditioning.
Ooh, count it.
From the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are.
What's the strategy here? Yikes, that's a terrible shot. Hopefully you don't play basketball in real life like this, because I would hate to be your teammate. Oh, garbage shot. You gotta take real life shots. It's more fun. See? Leads to free throws. Kobe.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Oh, rough.
Baltimore leading by 17. And there's the whistle.
What? Clear play?
Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. Baltimore.
Oh, yuck.
Taking 2 shots.
Ooh, gross. If you want me to quit, just tell me. I'll quit out. This is pretty boring.
And they double up Iverson. Cousins, no one around him. Good. And it's Iverson who picks up the assist.
And Cousins just a very consistent.
I should have played with Edwards right away. That's who I usually win the game with later in the game, but I don't have 17 900 overall players. What? The 100 overall player blocked the 98? What? How come we're playing each other? Shouldn't I be playing a team with my overall? That's crazy. I think I'm just talking to nobody right now. This is horrible.
Second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played.
If you can hear me dive over in a charge. Oh, God, I'm embarrassed that you're even listening to me talk. Alrighty. You'll have to tell me how to get good players or be my friend or something, because I don't want to have your roster, because that wouldn't be fun to me to just destroy people by 100 points, but you'll have to let me know. I'm going to hack you until you're able to quit and get the win, and then you can just take the win.
And that one misses.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark. By that.
Normally he sinks all of his free throws. The defense got lucky there.
I guess this is how far you get to before you play the teams that have all 100 overall players, which is pretty stupid. I mean, not stupid, but I don't have that, so it's not really fair. But that's life.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. That'll be a 5-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And if they want to come back in this game, they got to clean up those mistakes.
Personal foul. First team foul. And Wilkins slams it in.
And he just possesses that ability to wow the crowd every time he steps on the hardwood. They don't call it a human highlight for nothing.
Personal foul. And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That's his first foul. There's Butler. Outside Edwards. From deep.
I used to be a little boy. The killer in me is the killer in you.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from. That soft, delicate touch near the rim.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells a story of how well you are playing team offense.
As parents, we look at our children and we, if we come from abuse, we look and say, how did they do that? I mean, at some point you have to recognize.
Baltimore leading by 18. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control. Of course, that's good luck slowing this one.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. Baltimore, the foul. So both teams making some changes here. No good on the second free throw.
It was one thing to have the courage to do it, but it was another.
And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Baltimore.
Even for you to say that.
Right around a minute and a half. Play here in the third quarter.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
On its way from DeRozan for two. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Dillingham with it. Nice again. And Gobert.
Tell me I can love you and you, boy.
He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. He takes it in.
Boy,
How about the ferocity from Butler? Just exploding to the rim to take that one home as soon as the lane opens up. He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
me is the killer in you.
Not much you can do to try and push through it. On its way from Turner for two. Gobert with the ball.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Out to Anthony. Pass to DeRozan. Trying to end the drought. Baltimore getting another chance here. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. That's a two from Butler. Over Adebayo.
Great timing on the swap. Something the coach would love to see.